For decades, students around the world memorized the same list of 9 planets in our solar system: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. For many people, Pluto was the mysterious little planet at the edge of the solar system, tiny, cold, and incredibly far away. Then, in 2006, something surprising happened. Pluto was no longer considered a planet. Did it change somehow? Did scientists discover something wrong with it? Or did our definition of a planet simply evolve? Today, we're going to explore the fascinating story behind why is Pluto no longer a planet, how it was discovered, why it was once called a planet, and what led scientists to reclassify it after more than 75 years. Let's get into it, right here on History of Simple Things. The story of Pluto begins in the early 20th century, when astronomers believed there might be another planet hiding beyond Neptune. This hypothetical world was often called Planet X, and scientists thought its gravity might be influencing the orbits of the outer planets. An astronomer named Clyde Tombaugh began searching for this mysterious object in 1929 at the Lowell Observatory in Arizona. Instead of using a telescope to watch the sky directly, Tombaugh used a technique that involved photographing the same region of space on different nights. By comparing the images carefully, he could spot anything that moved. After months of searching, he finally noticed a tiny moving dot in the images. In 1930, the discovery was officially announced. The new object was named Pluto, after the Roman god of the underworld. The name was suggested by an 11-year-old girl named Venetia Burney in England. At the time, astronomers believed Pluto was roughly the size of Earth. Because of that assumption, and because it was orbiting the Sun, it was quickly classified as the 9th planet in our solar system. But, as it turned out, Pluto wasn't quite what scientists first thought. For decades, astronomers tried to figure out how big Pluto really was. The problem was that Pluto is extremely far away, about 5.9 billion kilometers from the Sun at its average distance. Because it was so distant and faint, early telescopes couldn't measure its size accurately. Over time, better observations revealed something surprising. Pluto was much smaller than anyone expected. Instead of being Earth-sized, Pluto turned out to be only about 2,377 kilometers in diameter. That's even smaller than Earth's moon. In fact, several moons in our solar system are larger than Pluto. This discovery made astronomers question whether Pluto truly belonged in the same category as the other planets. But for many years, there still wasn't a clear reason to remove it. That changed in the late 20th century, when scientists began discovering many other objects beyond Neptune. In the 1990s, astronomers started finding dozens and eventually hundreds of icy objects orbiting the Sun beyond Neptune. These objects formed a vast region now known as the Kuiper Belt. The Kuiper Belt is somewhat like the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter, but much larger. It contains countless frozen bodies made of ice, rock, and dust, remnants left over from the formation of the solar system. As more objects were discovered, scientists realized something important. Pluto wasn't alone out there. Instead, it appeared to be one of many similar objects orbiting in the Kuiper Belt. Some were only slightly smaller than Pluto, and a few were nearly the same size. That raised a big question. If Pluto was considered a planet, should all of these other objects be planets too? The debate was just beginning. The real turning point came in 2005, when astronomers discovered an object even larger than Pluto. This object was named Eris. Eris orbits even farther from the Sun than Pluto and is roughly the same size, or slightly larger, depending on how it's measured. Its discovery created a major problem for astronomers. If Pluto was a planet, then Eris should probably be a planet too. But that would mean the solar system suddenly had 10 planets. And if scientists kept discovering similar objects in the Kuiper Belt, the number of planets could quickly grow to dozens. Clearly, astronomers needed a better definition of what a planet actually is. In 2006, astronomers from around the world gathered at a meeting of the International Astronomical Union, often called the IAU. This organization is responsible for officially naming and classifying objects in space. During the meeting, scientists agreed that a true planet must meet 3 specific criteria. It must orbit the Sun. It must be massive enough for gravity to shape it into a round form. And it must have cleared its orbit of other objects. The first 2 rules were easy for Pluto. It orbits the Sun, and it's round because its gravity pulls it into a spherical shape. But the third rule caused the problem. Pluto had not cleared its orbit. Rather than removing Pluto from planetary science entirely, astronomers created a new category called dwarf planets. A dwarf planet is an object that orbits the Sun, is round due to gravity, and has not cleared its orbit. Pluto fits perfectly into this category. Today, Pluto is officially known as a dwarf planet. So why is Pluto no longer considered a planet? The answer comes down to how scientists define a planet. When astronomers discovered many Pluto-like objects in the Kuiper Belt, they realized they needed clearer rules for classification. So even though Pluto may not officially be the 9th planet anymore, it still holds a special place in both science and popular culture. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of simple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.